On YouTube, we're going, aren't we?
Why not? We're live, pal. We're live, pal. Or is it live? It is live. It's episode number 362 of the Nation Conversation. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm here with the Bing Bong Boy, Wally Fuller.
Woo, go Knicks.
You have...
I give no shits about the Knicks.
A very close possibility that you can make our fantasy football playoffs.
It is close, but
it's definitely going to be ruined by my next co-host. It's Bill Cashin.
Why are you so against me? Why do you keep trying to jinx me?
Hey, you've won what, 2 out of the past 3 years? So I've never won.
Last year barely counted.
He didn't get paid. Did everybody even pay you for that?
Yes, no. I collected the rest of my money at the draft.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I thought
I collected
you were still missing somebody. But...
like a fifth of what I was supposed to be getting.
Hard times for you. Hard times. Ring of Honor had final battle last night, or maybe Saturday. I can't remember, but it's over. Ring of Honor finished up.
Did they make it seem like it was dead, or just going away for a little while?
Both. They made it seem like it was going away for a little while, but then they took a picture with everybody there, making it seem like it's dead. So I'm sure it'll come back in some form, but will any of these people even be there? Who knows?
Who showed up? It was Braun Strowman showed up for that.
Ron, Deanna Purazzzo was there. FTR was there. Wow. They challenged the Briscoes. So I think there's going to be some of these belts still living on in the next few months,
somewhere.
These belts will be defended somewhere.
They'll just take them to other places.
Yeah, right. I think something will happen. Roxy, I think, is the women's champ. She's probably going to show up in Impact and defend it against Purazzzo or something.
That'd be interesting to see how other companies treats a belt that's not theirs.
Right. I could see Jonathan Gresham won the main title, to talk about in a second, but I could see him going to AEW and defending the Ring of Honor title against somebody.
I mean, didn't he basically call out Daniel Bryan and CM Punk?
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah,
of course he did. Both of them had video messages on the show. Because Ring of Honor is cursed, their current champion Bandito got COVID and couldn't come to the show and defend the belt. So they had to have an open kind of challengey. No, it was Lethal versus Gresham. Lethal versus Gresham for the main title. So it was vacated and there we go. So Gresham won the title. Probably the right guy.
Yeah.
And yeah. Ring of Honor wrapped up for at least Q1.
So not the number 3 wrestling program, you say?
Not anymore.
GCW.
Right.
Number 3 wrestling program.
Is Impact still a thing?
It is. It is, but people think GCW is the number 3 promotion now. Debate amongst yourselves in the comments. Other top story, Hook finally was sent. Send Hook. He was sent. Had a match against Fuego del Sol on AEW Rampage. Looked good and wrestled even better.
You guys seem very excited. You and a Ghost.
He's hot.
Yes.
He's a hot dude.
The Ghost was full torque up.
He was 6 to midnight. He's loved Hooked from the beginning, though.
He has.
He's a big Taz guy, right?
He loves the wrestler Hook more than he loves the movie Hook.
Right, but now they're merged into one thing because of that poster.
Yes.
Forever. They're merged forever into one thing. But yeah, he looked good. I don't know if he can sell, but
did he not have to, or was he able to do it?
He squashed Fuego del Sol.
Okay.
He was a jobber.
Right.
But I don't know if he can sell. That'll be a question. We'll see. He can certainly work. He can certainly do moves, suplexes and stuff. He moves very well around the ring.
Taz's kid learned suplexes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A lot of suplexes. He looks nothing like Taz. That was the funniest thing. Like he looks nothing like Taz. Taz is like the short, stout bowling ball brick shit house, and Hook is physically fit, thin man. They don't look the same at all.
He's not real big, right?
No, he's like, I mean, look at him. There he is right there.
He's like short, right?
Very he's in shape. He's in good shape, but he's not like scary like Taz. But he acts scary. Came out to he already has music, licensed music, so you know he's a big deal. Comes out to Action Bronson, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
One of his songs. So he already has a licensed song, which is a good song. So yeah, it was good. He looked good. We'll see what happens from here. I'm sure he'll be just squashing people for a long time.
You think? You think Jungle Boy's the one that puts him in his place?
Maybe.
There's a little guy feud.
Darby.
-1.
Ooh.
Oh, -1. Marco's stumped though.
Good. Oh, I haven't seen Marco in a long time either.
You haven't seen him?
Is he in school?
Maybe he's got a class. Ghost producer was talking about the 4 pillars and how he didn't like how MJF called those guys the 4 pillars. But then he was saying there's like another set of 4 pillars after those guys with Hook and some others.
Yeah.
And then if you count -1 in a few years, he's the next set of 4 pillars.
Next one.
Like he's the next group. They've already got him locked down, so you know he's going to be good.
Well, him, and then at some point we're going to get some Hardys on there.
The Hardy kids.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
The Hardy kids, I think, have already said they wanted. One of them already said like they want to wrestle -1.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like one of them, I'm sure, is already. Yeah,
the feud has already begun. They already don't like each other. It's very funny. And Kofi Kingston's kids, you know, he's got like 3 or 4 kids, right?
Not for AEW, he doesn't.
Maybe not, but Jeff Hardy was released. It's like
a bummer of a story.
It's like a weird story that came out last week that super weird. So I didn't put it in the show, and we were going super long because of Die Hard, so I just kind of skipped over it. But apparently, he was at a house show and just kind of walked out of a match. Just super weird. And he's done weird stuff in matches before. Like he had the match with Sting in Impact where he was just so stoned out of his mind or whatever he was on, where he just kind of he like barely made it to the ring. And Eric Bischoff came out and like counted Sting 1, 2, 3, like roll up, and like that was it. It was the main event.
Oh yeah,
that's rough.
A few years
but that
ago,
was at least what I thought I had heard, was that he was off the wagon again, and that's what at least part of this was. I don't know if that's true though. Is that what the story is, Ryan?
The story is that he did some weird stuff, and they said you maybe need to go to rehab, and he said no, and then they fired him.
Oh.
So they offered to send him to rehab. He refused, and then they were like, "All right, fine, then get out of here." So I don't know what if he. I'm assuming there's something bad here for him.
Yeah.
And this guy has had problems for years, so many problems. So I don't know if he's gone to rehab ever or not, but crazy.
I'm pretty sure he's been in and out of it.
Yeah, I thought he was in before he came back this last time.
I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe, but everybody's already signed, sealed, delivered. He'll show up in AEW, but
you'd think
probably needs to go get some help before he does that.
You would think if that's part of it, you would think that Tony would be smart enough to say, like, you gotta
take some time. Here. Take some time before you do that. Like, your spot will never not be here. I mean, your brother's already here.
If he goes to AEW, at least his brother's going to be able to, help keep an eye on him, like keep him on the straight and narrow. Hopefully,
I feel like there's a built-in thing with FTR there too. Besides, like, brothers versus Battle of Carolina or whatever.
They have a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a ghost producer coming in. Oh, he's literally in the shadows.
He is.
He's literally in the shadows.
Himself properly.
He's literally come out of the shadows.
Out of the shadows.
You got to get a lamp in front of your face.
I can't. There's a wall right here.
I thought he was going to come in gargoyling.
Oh, just balls.
Yeah.
I thought he was just gonna leave that picture of the dog on the keyboard up. This is me now. Welcome.
Hello.
A ghost. You literally look like a ghost with that light behind you.
Here, this picture?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I thought you were
That's
gonna leave that up.
That's Rosie at my desk from when she was a puppy. That's literally my picture, like my profile picture at work, like
Yeah.
emails, everything.
Nice.
Look at I brought my dog and it's shit in the IT office.
Mhm.
All right, we talked about Hook, so I'm gonna back up because you're the Hook aficionado. Tell
you
us
don't have
about
to back
tell
up.
us about Hook.
You
How you
look
felt?
good. You look good. Looks good. You know, I'm excited.
Certainly.
I'm excited for AEW's Young Lion program. The Young Lions
The
look
second, the 8 pillars.
good. Yes.
the secondary 4 pillars.
Yes, I'm very excited for their Young Lion pro. They should do Young Lions. Why not? Even though
And
people would probably bitch about it. You know, for
Whatever
some
they
reason.
do, people would bitch about. But
People shouldn't work around the ring. Like,
I always like the Young Lion. I like the Young
I
Lion.
love that.
That's great,
I love it.
especially with the way like when they're used and stuff. Like
Yeah,
when they get
like
beat up by Suzuki or like trained by Moxley.
Yeah, but the thing is in real
Shooter.
life, in
Oh,
in
that's
the
right.
dojo, they do have to like
Right,
clean
they actually
the
have to-
floors.
yeah,
They actually have to do stuff.
Yeah, but on screen it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't
yeah.
do on-screen Young Lions.
So how do you see this playing out? You think he's just gonna squash people on random stuff for
Oh, yeah.
a year?
Yeah,
Just kill people
yeah.
for a year?
He-
Learn how to
yeah.
work?
Yeah, he's still. You can still tell he's a little green in spots, but that's fine, and he'll come. He's still
He-
got.
Where
20
was he
years
before
left.
here?
He was
yeah.
nowhere.
This
it.
is
This is the
this
first
This is
time.
his
Oh.
first legitimate match.
I believe
wow.
First
so.
match ever.
Well, good for him then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like
I was listening to Brian Myers, who owns Creative Pro.
mm,
And he was talking about how he was doing something at the office at Creative Pro, and he's just like, Hook and Taz walked in one night. I just gave him like a open carte blanche, come whenever you want, and they just like showed up and started training one night. It's just Hook and Taz and Creative Pro hanging out. So
I'm sure he's been doing martial arts for a while. He was a lacrosse All-American. Hook.
Really?
right. We know he's a
Look at
good
him.
athlete.
Look
Yeah.
at him. Like he's
Yeah.
got lacrosse All-American written all
well,
over him.
Right.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
You know.
He looks like one of our former neighboring roommates.
Yeah.
Would throw the freaking lacrosse ball against the wall all night.
Yeah. Like that. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
He's got to learn how to sell. He didn't have to sell
Yeah.
in this match.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the number one thing, because that will kill you if you can't.
That comes
sell.
with time and experience.
Absolutely, but
You know.
these like monsters who never lose and never learn how to
Yeah.
sell just never works.
That's
out.
true.
It just
Yeah.
never works. So,
But the
unless
thing
he can
is,
figure that out.
He's not like a monster body, but
Right, that's what I mean. He's not
He'll
like
have to-
Braun, which
yeah.
it hurt Braun that he
Yeah.
couldn't sell, and like it hurt him down the line eventually when he's not impervious to all pain.
Yeah.
What do you do? And he is not Braun. He's a 6
No.
foot tall dude. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to sell.
Yeah.
To
How do you
somebody.
not know how to sell? Like it seems like it's
It's
something
not-
kind of easy.
I
It
doubt
doesn't
it's as-
though. It doesn't.
It's probably
seem
not
like
as
it's that
easy as it looks.
Right.
It's very simple.
Something that you should be able to pick up on.
But I feel like it's something that could be you could do that could look over the top very easily or
Right.
Like
look
Michael's.
too minimal very easily.
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
like it's just something where you don't
It's-
want to
it
look
takes
like
time and-
HPK versus Hulk Hogan.
No, you don't want to be.
I know that's the
HBK
match
Hulk
to
Hogan.
point to, but his selling in that match is perfect. I think you will agree for what that match was. He did it perfectly.
Like doing that, and then you don't want to be a no sell like Hogan. No sell.
Right,
yeah.
But I like if you go with the Goldberg thing, like he never learned how to sell. He thought he was legit,
Yeah.
and that hurt him for the rest of his career because he
His-
couldn't sell.
His
He
first
never
time
learned.
ever like selling real, it was probably within the past 2 years.
Or
You
yeah,
know?
right. He
You
never
know?
sold ever. He sold everything. So like you can't have like a build up or anything with
Truthfully,
no
I think the
selling.
most he ever sold, I've seen him ever sell, was just like this year with that Bobby Lashley stuff, you know?
Because he literally had no choice. He had to sell for
Yes.
Bobby.
Because his
You're
son
like a
was
60
getting beat up.
You're a 60-year-old man. You have to sell at this point.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah.
What a mess. But if he can learn to do that, I think
I
moves.
think
He moves very well in the ring.
he'll be just fine. He'll be
Yeah,
just
I
fine.
love his presentation is great.
Yes,
So
it's terrific.
if he can just work on that, he can't be like he can't be a dominant person. Like he has to learn how. I mean, he could lose or he could not lose. That's fine, but he's got to be like put in tough positions to learn how to
He's
sell.
just gotta, like, I don't know if he wants to, but you just kind of replicate what your dad did. Just be a fucking badass who does suplexes and submissions.
Yeah, but Taz could sell.
Yeah, Taz could sell.
I mean, against the right people, of course, always at the right time. But all right, we talked about Jeff Hardy and his problems and how he's going to be in AEW soon.
But I don't now. So one quick thing about that. Now Jeff Hardy's putting out a picture, like just a few hours ago, of like him with the Hardy family. Like, I mean, like you won't know the full story, and like, huh? Like
he has this. Is this like the him and Matt don't get along thing?
No. Him and Matt had like we're together in a picture, like everyone looking happy, like almost like he doesn't need to go to Rio. He looks perfectly healthy, perfectly fine.
Well,
maybe he's still doing what I don't know.
Who knows?
It'd be very interesting to see how this plays out because there's a lot of wackos and people out there being like, "Oh, he faked it to get out of the contract," which would be.
That seems really weird.
That seems very
really weird.
I'm sure if he just asked for his release, they'd be like, "Okay,
sure, go ahead." They
I don't
released
think they would.
100 people this year.
They're so vindictive. Like,
eventually they would give it to him because what are they? What is he part of their plans?
The thing is Jeff Hardy.
I know they wanted him in like a title match, right? That was the rumor.
He's still so over. Like
he is. I mean,
people love Jeff Hardy. They love him.
Maybe they were going to hold him until he got beat by Roman or something and then release him. I don't know.
We'll see. I think he's just a guy they're kind of glad to have that they can always put out there and get a pop. You know?
Yeah. He doesn't need to win anything. He just needs to be around.
Yeah.
Speaking of guys who aren't around anymore, Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly said goodbye to NXT officially on Tuesday.
And they're not going up, right?
They're not going up. They're both gone.
Awesome. Good for them.
They both went out on their back, and they've both been taken off the internal roster at WWE. Like
Johnny put
on the paperwork.
Pro Wrestling Tees shirts are out already.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. For all we know, they could sign, but I think O'Reilly's clearly done. But Gargano maybe.
The O'Reilly thing is very interesting. Did you hear this?
What's the O'Reilly?
They offered him. They said he could stay as a coach.
Oh yeah.
As a coach only.
As a coach only.
Who? Because he's 34 years old. I just looked it up. He's not an old man.
No.
Yeah, that's
coach
young.
only. No main roster. No continuing on NXT. Coach only.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the position they offered to those guys who clearly Vince is like, no thanks to the main roster. And they're like, but we can't just let him go. I'm sure they've offered this to other guys too.
Yeah.
Like,
so that was an easy no.
So if their contracts are up, they probably don't have a non-compete then, right?
They have 30 days.
Okay. Well,
NXT people have 30 days.
If they're fired. I mean, their contract's expired.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
that's true.
They very well could show up on Wednesday.
Adam Cole. It's like Adam Cole. Yeah. No, you're right. If they're released, NXT has 30 days.
Neither one was released. Both contracts expired.
Red Dragon wins the tag team titles in AEW before the end of the year.
No. But we'll see Red Dragon soon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kyle right away. I don't know about Johnny.
Winter is coming. Is this Wednesday?
Right.
And
we've seen Bobby a bunch on TV, so
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle shows up
this
week.
I think we'll for sure see Kyle at some point, for sure. Gargano,
before the end of the year?
As of as in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Like in the next 3 Dynamites, let's say. I say yes. We see him before. We see him within the next 3 Dynamites. Maybe, unless they hold the Revolution for story purposes, but
Revolution should just be a Red Dragon.
Our Evolution?
Yes.
Our Evolution.
Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks for custody of Adam Cole. That's what
Adam Cole on a pole match.
Adam Cole on a pole match.
Cole on a pole. Johnny, I'm not sure. His baby's due. When's Candace due? February?
Yeah, and Johnny has already set up a Twitch immediately. Maybe he'll be a Twitch, but then all these guys, they do Twitch and they wrestle. The thing is Johnny will probably get big bucks on the indie circuit. I feel like he would be immediately a top act.
I wouldn't be surprised. If it was me, I think it's probably hot shotting it. And I like the way AEW doesn't hot shot stuff. But you have Johnny come out and challenge Hangman after he beats Danielson. That's exactly what you do. If it was me. And have him walk out at the end, New Japan style, and be like, I'm challenging you.
Yeah, but you can't
Revolution.
You can't keep doing that after everything. I don't know.
You can if you have this plethora of guys you can bring in.
I know.
You're not gonna sign Johnny?
No, I can see him want to take some time before he jumps back in, but
I wouldn't be
surprised if that happened.
I'd be perfectly fine if AEW did sign Johnny.
Wow, I'm shocked by that.
That'd be perfectly fine.
I think he'd be great there.
They've got a lot of guys.
But he's a blue chipper. Why wouldn't you get him?
He's not a blue chipper anymore. Maybe 15 years ago.
Johnny Gargano is not a blue chipper?
No, he's a grizzled vet.
He's okay. He's not a young man, but he's still a top guy.
He's truthfully a guy I'd like to see. Truthfully, he should be kind of like the Bobby Fish role, just putting dudes over.
Wow, after all this,
but you know what? They signed Tony Nese for some reason. So
yeah, Tony
because he's a good wrestler.
He is, and I'm sure he'll just be a fixture on Dark and just lose.
Right. Even if if his role is to not talk, it's just to go out there and have good matches, then he's a good guy to have.
Yeah. But there's lots of other guys I would much rather see signed who are free agents right now, besides Johnny.
Like Braun Strowman.
Yes, the Titan. No, but there's like Gresham, maybe even Swerve.
There's no doubt about it that Swerve and Gresham are gonna
Keith Lee.
All 3 of them and Johnny are all gonna be there.
But Keith Lee's gonna go wherever he feels like going.
In the next 6 months, all 3 of them will be there, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Can't have you can't have that many people on the roster. You can't. What do you do? I get it. You can still
stack it and have the best talent of all time on one show. That's what you do, and you figure it out later. You do Yankees, 90s Yankees.
The interesting thing that will come up, that is going to come up, is a lot of contracts in AEW are coming up because
you're going to see people disappear. For sure.
Yeah. People.
Yeah.
I don't who knows who, but
I wouldn't be surprised. We've talked about Brian Cage before. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out of there.
I think Janela.
Surprised if you said Janela.
Yeah, Janela.
Those kind of guys eventually are gonna be gone and back in the indies because there's too many guys. But you can't just not bring in these awesome people that are available.
Here's my prediction. Johnny Gargano is
he's also best friends with every single guy on the fucking
he's
best friends with the Bucks and friends. Taylor and all those guys, right?
Maybe put him with them, but then that's a lot of guys.
What about
who cares?
Has he ever gone to New Japan?
I
So some
don't
of,
think
like,
so. I think he did
other
Dragon Gate,
countries
not
anywhere?
In New
not
Japan, though, he would fight the juniors, which would
Yeah,
still
he
be good
would-
matches. But
Yeah.
like him versus Dragon Lee sounds good to me.
Do you think Johnny has lost a step, Bill? I mean,
He still looked good last time I saw him. I mean,
yeah,
when he turned heel, I wasn't sure, and then he did a great job with it.
yeah.
he needs, I don't want to say a new coat of paint, but like, I don't know.
I think you could do something like that too, where you just bring him in as Super Dad and then let him go real dark again, and not in a goofy NXT way. Like let him just be like Ciampa dark.
This is my prediction is Johnny Gargano will be a part of Bola this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
That'd be
surprised by
fun.
that at all.
This could be the greatest Bola in years because we're
Yeah.
gonna have like all these guys back.
Who did they
Yeah,
announce besides
Tom-
Jonah Rock, or just Jonah Rock so far?
No,
There's
they've been
one
announcing
other.
people. No, they've been announcing people every day.
It's like one at a time though. There's not that many announced yet.
So far, there is 5 people. There is Jonah Rock, Alex Shelley, Kevin Blackwood, Leo Rush, Black Taurus.
I don't know who the one guy is at all.
Kevin Blackwood is
Yeah.
a young up and coming Buffalo wrestler.
And then
He's-
Shelly is Machine Gun,
Yes.
or yeah.
Blackwood was teamed with Daniel Garcia,
Yes.
right?
Him and Daniel Garcia.
They
Daniel
were.
Garcia, and Puff were all in that car
Yeah.
accident a few years ago.
Right.
But yes.
But
They're in
there's the
Buffalo.
potential for Tommy End, Gargano,
I
O'Reilly.
can't see why those guys wouldn't be. I can't like
Who else? Who else?
Gresham, Bandito.
Bandito.
I think there's any
Guys.
chance Adam Cole wants to do it.
Cole. Yeah,
Maybe.
Cole could definitely do it.
Maybe.
There's so many people that are
Just
that
with
weren't
the guys
available
who were
that now
just
are.
there. Who just Malachi.
Yeah, Tommy End's already there. He'll be in it. He was
Did the
already
Lucha
there.
Bros ever do the Bola? Did they ever singles
Yes.
do Bola?
Not singles. They did tag stuff.
No. I feel like Penta.
Maybe. I thought they were tag team titles.
That's right. When I saw them, maybe.
They were tag champs in those shows. but
When
they
I
weren't
went to
singles.
Bola, yes, when I went to Bola, they were in the tag match. The 3-way. The super elite, the elite versus them and Laredo Kid.
Right. They did a bunch of tag.
Oh, you know
stuff,
who's
but I
going to
don't
show up? Bandito's going to be there, I bet.
Yeah.
That's the
He's a champ, right? Isn't Bandito the PWG champ? I think he is.
I think he just lost it like
okay.
last weekend.
Jake Atlas.
He's taking time
Jake
off,
Atlas is retired.
Oh, right. That's right.
but
But
still,
it would be cool if he would come back. But yes. All right. So they're gone. Quickly.
Nope.
Which
Bandito is the current champ,
okay. So he's still
and the
CM
tag
Punk-
team champs are Brody King and Malachi.
right. So we can see it's very possible we see Brody King in
Brody King, I can see in AEW.
Yeah. All right. CM Punk turned heel on Long Island.
Yeah, that's what you
So
do.
he's pure babyface then.
Pure baby
Yes.
face, and then went heel on Long Island. What else happened on AEW?
Just constant. I don't know, Bill, you're more in tune with hockey. So the Islanders haven't won a game yet.
That's not true. They might be bad, but they have not won a game.
Yeah, no, I thought that they're home.
Oh, they haven't won at home.
they haven't won.
They
at
have
home?
not won at home.
They started like a long road trip to get the arena ready, so they haven't played that many games at home
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But since they've reopened this brand new arena, they have not won.
Okay, yeah, and there was a lot
That's
of
not
Islander jokes.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of Islander jokes.
who's their coach? Who's the coach of the Islanders? He was like a good player. He's like, that guy's a good player, but he can't help these guys. It's very funny.
Anders, no, that's coaches Barry Trotz and Jim Hiller.
Yeah, Barry Trotz.
Barry
He kept
Trotz is a very
saying,
good
like,
coach. Yeah.
Trotz is a good coach, but you guys suck so bad, and he can't help you. That was funny.
I love it. It's the most I've
Very
ever liked CM
A
Punk.
lot of NHL talk, but it's coming from a Blackhawks fan. I mean, good grief, how fucking low can you be? The shitty Blackhawks
That's true.
and their terrible
For a
fucking
lot of reasons.
season that they've had. Oh my god,
On and off the rink.
All the scandals that they've had. Yikes. Anything else? Anything else we should talk about, Ghost, that we forgot? Anything else? Else burning your britches since you've been on.
You know what was good? The swerve on Team Taz and Dante Martin and Leo Rush. That was good.
Yep.
What else? Young Bucks beating Chuck and Rocky. That was good.
What about Trent's return? Bald
Trent. Bald Trent.
I
was like, for a second, I was like, oh, Sue. So it must be Trent. Even then, when Trent got out, I was like, who's that?
Who is that? It's not Trent.
That's not Trent. Because he didn't have the headband.
Headband bald.
Yeah.
Bald Trent. Wow.
Yeah.
JR wasn't there to make a comment about his male pattern baldness.
Nope.
He always thought that headband keeps growing, Trent. How does that headband stay on? And now he's bald.
It happens.
Bald Trent and Sue. Sue is back. And Sue will be on part of the show later on in Tweets of the Week. So look forward to more Sue. Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later. What you got?
I got two, and both went in directions I was not expecting.
Okay.
So the first is about our good friend Carl Winslow, Reginald Vell Johnson.
Carl.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I was looking to just confirm whether or not he was typecast as a cop. Short story, yes, he is. He's played like Santa and some other stuff, but he's a cop.
Yeah. Santa.
But Ryan, host of TGIF Pod.
Oh, look at you.
Did you know that Carl Winslow did not get a start on Family Matters?
No, it was Perfect Strangers.
Yeah. Perfect Strangers spun off Family Matters, the show.
Yes, because Harriet was the elevator operator and something else in Perfect
Head of
Strangers.
security.
Perfect Strangers, yes.
Head of security. Yeah, that was it.
He had one episode on Perfect Strangers where he was a security guard at a store.
Yes. And they were in it together. He was
a cop working security.
Him and Harriet were in it together. Yep. Harriet's in it a bunch.
Harriet's a recurring character. Carl had one episode where apparently they were planning a surprise party, but the Perfect Strangers thought that he was like making a bust, and shenanigans ensued.
Yes. Well, yes, I've known about this. Harriet. Did you know Harriet was? Here's another TGF Pod thing. Did you know Harriet was replaced in season 9 of Family Matters?
Yeah.
The different Harriet?
Yeah.
I didn't know that it went 9 seasons.
Went 9 seasons.
That's also kind of surprising, yes.
She was replaced by a different Harriet. But then
that's crazy.
They brought her back as like another character in the final episode. Like, oh, okay, we'll bring you back as like some other person.
That's
in the last episode. So we know she's Harriet, but then she's back in the show as somebody else. So weird. TGF is a weird world. What a weird place. Also, did you know Family Matters ended on CBS, not ABC?
Nope, didn't know that either.
Did you remember that?
Maybe CBS. That's why I didn't know about season 9. I don't know.
CBS season 9 was on CBS.
Talking about TG, I had Amelia we watched the first episode of The Dinosaurs.
Oh nice. Baby.
What a fucking weird trip.
I tried to go back at one point and watch it, and I could not get back into it.
It is it is just
weird.
You're just like, wow, it's on TV.
There are some
television.
There are some incredible episodes though. Like should not be kid friendly.
I can't tell
the marriage. There's a marriage episode.
Yeah,
that is so funny. And then there's one where they smoke weed.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's called A New Leaf. You gotta go. TGF Pod is a lot of fun. Go listen to it.
I can't tell if it's like.
There's one where they all get high.
Like, is it tongue in cheek? Because
it's like, no, it is. It is
dinosaurs doing this as
there's a whole episode,
like a sitcom.
There's a whole episode where, in Dinosaur Land, if your marriage license expires, you have to go and like renew it in person. So they make it look like Earl, the main dinosaur,
Yeah.
and his wife go down, and they make it look like you have to like go to the DMV, and then he's like, "What do I have to do to get this license renewed?" And the guy's like, "What do you think? This is some kind of game show or something?" And then the entire show turns into a game show. Like everything spins around and turns into a game show, and it's the what is that game show where the couples have to like match their answers? The newlywed game. So they play the newlywed game, and the first question is like, "What's your happiest moment in life?" And Earl flips it around and he puts pudding snacks on his, and then the wife puts the birth of our son on hers. It is fantastic. So funny. There's some funny ass shit in there. And also the last episode where they die. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The meteor hits. Yep. I remember
They
that
die
one.
in the last episode.
Isn't it only like 10 episodes? It's like short,
It's
right?
It's three or four seasons.
Really?
And then it was like aired out of order because
yeah,
ABC
Lots of shows did
like
that.
got rid of it, and it went to Fox, and it was after The Simpsons.
Right.
And when it was after The Simpsons, Fox knew about the death ending, so they aired that like first in the season, the last season, so that people wouldn't get depressed when it ended, like when it kept going. So like they started out with the death thing to try to like soften the blow.
Oh,
that's so weird.
That they could.
So it didn't end on
go
like
past that extra
so
season.
they could keep going. It was so weird.
They should have just made it into a dream. Like just go the stupid route of making it into a dream sequence or something.
And the reason the meteor hits is because he pollutes the river. Earl, he dumps toxic waste into the river in the first season, and that's what causes the meteor. It's wild. It's a wild ride.
That sounds ridiculous.
It's a wild ride. Anything else on segments to name?
Yes, one other segment. I also wanted to correct a mistake we made. We had Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas listed as the two dudes with attitudes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually a different tag team. You recall who two dudes with attitudes were?
Okay, two dudes with attitudes is Diesel and Sean.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
They won the tag titles twice.
Yes.
And then while they're still like a team, HBK won the IC championship twice, and Diesel won the IC once and the heavyweight title once. Very successful team.
That's right. So what was the skateboarding team called then?
They were the Dynamic Dudes.
Dynamic Dudes.
Oh, sorry. Dynamic Dudes.
But then
skateboarders who can't skateboard.
I stumbled onto something else again.
Uh-oh.
In WCW, briefly, there was a crew, a short-lived stable called the Dudes with Attitude. They got together in 1990 to take on the Four Horsemen at the Great American Bash.
Wait, can we guess who this is?
I was hoping you would.
I don't.
There are a total
wait.
of 7 dudes in this crew.
Seven dudes.
One is Dusty for sure.
That's incorrect.
Really? I thought I'd know this group because I thought I'd seen a
for
picture.
sure.
Who?
Dustin Rhodes for sure.
No, you guys are way off.
Okay.
Really?
Are these just random dudes? Like
No.
Tom
they are
Zink.
not.
Tom Zink has got to be in there,
Think
right?
big. These are dudes with attitude. Come on, guys. Think big.
Bill, will I know these people?
You will
Vader?
know almost all of them.
Vader?
Oh, okay.
Macho
No.
Hulk.
Not
All
90.
wrong.
Not
Every
90.
one of them is wrong.
Ultimate Warrior?
Sting and Luger.
Sting and Luger, both dudes with attitude.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right. Big
That makes
Papa. No.
Steiners?
Steiners, yes.
Both the Steiners were dudes with attitude.
Oh,
3
okay,
more
that's 4
that are
out
going to
of
be a
7.
little bit. You will know them, but they will be harder. Ryan and Mike, think 1990 WCW.
and they're good guys. And it's not Tom Zink. You
Not
sure about
the
that?
Z-Man.
The Z-Man is not in
Is
there.
Not Fire Crotch Rich or whatever his name was.
Fire.
Is there another tag team?
And technically no. They did fight
No.
as tag teams, I think, but no.
Technically, no. All right.
I think they fought as a tag team, but they are single wrestlers.
I was gonna say Freebirds now.
Booker T wasn't there then
No.
yet, right?
Too early for him.
Mm,
These are all guys that had previously been in WWF, if that's helpful.
Psycho Sid?
Nope.
90. Previously been in WWF.
Think tough guy with a weird arm.
Oh, Paul Orndorff.
Yeah, Paul.
Rest in
Orndorff's
peace. Bulldog.
Nope.
Barry Windham? No, not Windham.
Arn?
Dude Love in WCW?
They had a token gentleman of another color.
Not Virgil. Was it Virgil?
It was
Ron
not Virgil.
Simmons. Ron Simmons.
The Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, right.
okay.
Wow.
So just to be clear, this 7-man team was Sting, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, Lex Luger, Paul Orndorff, Junkyard Dog, and of course the big one you guys are missing, El Gigante.
I never in a million years.
El Gigante.
Never in a million years.
And yet to be in WWF.
They fought in 3 or 4 different matches throughout the night. And then they all came to the ring for the last match to make sure the 4 Horsemen couldn't interfere. And then that was the end of this crew.
Oh, poor dudes with attitudes.
I never knew anything about them.
Poor dudes with attitudes. All right, you ready for the eBay wars? The score is Bill is on top, 12. Wally's down 1 now, 11. The Ghost only has 2 because he only participated in like 4 of these. So
I feel like the Ghost should have to go first since he participates so few times, and then he always does I'll do $1.
The winner gets the disadvantage. Winner gets the disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm saying it should be Ghost and then Bill and then me.
Ghost, then Bill, then you.
Yeah.
Ooh, are these? I can't tell if those are signatures or not.
Those are signatures.
Are
They look like the just the printed signatures.
That's
Yeah, but are they? What's it? Well, give us the description.
All right,
I
you ready?
Tell what it is.
Who's going first? Is it still Bill?
I'll go first. All
right, the Ghost is going first. All right, this is a rare WWF Beanbag Chair vintage.
Oh.
Used, an item that has previously been used. A rare vintage 90s WWF Beanbag Chair featuring Hogan, Warrior, Bossman, Jake the Snake Roberts. The wrestlers feature on all 4 sides of the chair. It's about 30 inches in diameter, unstuffed, but it looks like it is still stuffed, sort of.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any more details on here. That's it. That is it. And that is a WWF, very old school looking Warrior. I don't know when this is 90, so Warrior has the belt. Is that what I'm saying here?
It looks like
it appears that way.
Warrior has the belt, but he doesn't look like 90 Warrior. He looks a little too dark, like dark red. Yeah, this is a beanbag chair that's a little
I'll say
needs a little blue chew. It's a beanbag chair.
I'll say $75.
Okay.
I will say $35.
Okay.
Oh, do I want to go higher?
I don't think you want to go lower.
Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting.
If you say this is another $2,000 item, I'm going to be shocked.
I'll go 100. I'll go an even 100.
I think there's collusion here. I smell a little collusion here. The winner is the Ghost Mike. Nailed it on the dot. $75.
He cheated.
I knew it. I knew it.
There's collusion here. There's
right
definitely
he bid on it. That's why he knew.
Right when you started laughing, I was like, I think I either nailed it or I'm off by like $500.
No, you nailed it on the dot. What the hell?
I knew it.
Wait,
that's never happened.
Wait, is it $74.99?
No. 75. There's definitely something going on here.
That should give me like 10 extra points.
He already bid on it. He looked.
I would say Google is how he did it.
Bid on it
definitely
yesterday.
Oh, my hands are clean.
I smell collusion here. I smell collusion. I don't know if I can count this. You nailed it right on the dot. What do you get in Price is Right if you get it right on the dot in the first try? You win something.
You get both showdowns.
I get both. So I should get like quadruple.
This has never happened before. No one's ever gotten it on the dot.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
Wow.
Catch that?
That's scary.
You did catch that.
Wally, you can buy this item and earn up to 5 times the points when you use eBay MasterCard.
I think you got to do it.
Thank you for that. No, thank you.
How the hell did you get that? You seriously cheated, didn't you?
I promise you. I promise you I did it.
Why would you bid $75 on the dot then?
Because I was thinking, oh, maybe
Holy
50,
shit.
but then I was like, I bet you they'll want more than that. 75.
Wow.
So if I played and never lost,
you would.
If I
you would be at. It would be
you lost at least once.
You have lost twice for sure. I think this is the 5th or 6th time you played. You definitely lost twice. You have a good percentage.
You do.
You have a very good percentage.
You have a good percentage.
I'd be crushing it.
You would be crushing it if you were on the show all the time. You want to do some of these other things before we get to Die Hard 2 so you can go to bed?
Oh, sure.
Why not? All right, quick hitters. Rest in peace, Blackjack Lanza. Former WWE producer, I think, for a long time. Back in the Attitude Era, right? Wasn't he?
All those old timers were producers back then.
He was the tag team, right? With Mulligan?
Yep. The Blackjacks.
The Blackjacks. Also, didn't really know this guy. Probably should have. Jimmy Rave, rest in peace, wrestler Jimmy Rave.
Yes, Jimmy Rave.
Oh, Jimmy Rave either.
Wow.
He was a big indie guy for all those
in the early 2000s.
Punk, and then all those, those years that I didn't even know in indie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, debuted in 99 and retired last year.
Yeah, he had major medical
39
issues
years
recently.
old.
I think he had
his legs amputated.
Yeah, he had. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he was in bad shape.
Yeah,
so, poor dude. Very sad. On the happy side, Hacksaw Jim Duggan announces he's cancer free. Beat cancer a second time.
Good for Hacksaw.
Good for Hacksaw. All right,
Glens Falls native.
Yeah, our own neighboring friend. All right, tweets of the week. We didn't do these last week because we had so much Die Hard talk.
Oh,
let me go back a little bit to where I left off, which was number 1, Jonah Rock. Can't wait to get my ass to Japan. Cannot fucking wait. I can't wait either, Jonah Rock.
Yeah, please.
Please do it.
New Japan is desperate for a shakeup.
They need him back.
Be good.
Yeah,
he's already in strong, right?
Yeah, he's ready to go. Like
he's in there. He's there. He just isn't in Japan yet. Hopefully soon.
And I was wrong about Will Ospreay not making the.
He is making it. Yep,
yes,
he said he would be there. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. When I was one of Johnny Gargano's students. What? Didn't know this.
Yeah.
He was trained by Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Basically saying nice things about Johnny. We have, hold on, this fun one, which is the pooping guy on NXT. What's his name? Ika Minjiro? Is that how you say it? The guy who eats Uber Eats and poops a lot?
Yeah.
This is for me, and this is literally for me. Tweet of the week, so pumping myself up.
You tweeted this?
Jesus, and I thought NX 2.0 was the shits before.
Wow.
Oh, baby! Bringing the heat.
Missed that one.
You didn't see that one? Come on.
No, I did not see that one.
Here's another one. Matt Cardona. Always ready to run into a fellow daddy like Perro. Perro is in NWA, and so is Matt Cardona now. So Perro hanging out with Matt Cardona. Here's a fun one. Alan Cheapshot. Very fun Twitter follow. Yes. Hulk Hogan lost clean to only 14 people during his career. Can you name them?
Oh, I saw this tweet, but I
saw this tweet as well.
Okay. Can you name them?
But I did.
Macho?
Iron Sheik. Antonio Inoki.
Antonio Inoki counts.
No
Iron Sheik, I believe.
Piper.
Warrior.
Piper counts.
The Rock.
Warrior counts. The Rock counts.
Macho Man?
Not Macho.
John Cena?
Nope.
Sting, Flair.
Sting counts. Flair does not.
Never
lost clean to Flair. 14 people.
Did he lose clean to Backlund?
Nope. Backlund's not on the list. There's some fucking weird ones on here. All right.
David Arquette.
What about WrestleMania 3?
Lex Luger.
Andre.
There you
he
go. Lex Luger. He lost clean to Lex Luger.
Woo!
No, he won WrestleMania 3, but he did lose to Andre at some point.
No, that makes sense. All
right, here's the list. Ready? Bob Armstrong, very surprising. Andre the Giant, we got that. Antonio Inoki, Tony Atlas. Warrior. This is a weird one. Jacques Rougeau. I don't know what the circumstances were for that.
Kurt in Canada, Angle. I believe.
Yeah,
I think I saw that was in Canada.
I bet you it was in Canada.
Kurt Angle. Don't remember that.
Was that in like TNA?
Must be. Piper, Sting, got both of those. Goldberg.
Oh.
Goldberg beat him in Atlanta for the big gold.
Yeah.
The Rock, we said. Triple H, of course. Got to get that golden shovel out.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and Lex Luger.
I wasn't sure. I was going to say Brock, but I was like, I didn't think they ever fought, but I guess so.
I love that I got Lex Luger.
You got it. You got a weird one. Here's another one. Wrestling on Barstool, tweet of the week. The host of Wrestling, Brandon Walker, gave the best friends those little poppers. My kids have these little popper things that they're obsessed with, and they
like
gave them
snapper thing.
Gave them to. No, it's like little bubbles that you pop with your fingers, and then you turn it around, and you pop it the other way.
Yeah. All little kids are
obsessed with it now. Well, Orange Cassidy, not a fan. He said, "This is not a thing for me. This isn't for me. This is more of a Trent thing." You can go and watch that. We talked about Hook a lot. Send Hook, very funny Twitter account that just talks about Hook, put up his record of 1-0.
No, that's what he is, baby.
And then we talked about Trent, last one. We talked about Trent coming back, Bald Trent, and Sue came back. Trent, December 11th, wrote, "My mom has a Cameo now. It was $9 at first, but I told her to change it. So now it's $15. You can get a Cameo from Sue, Trent's mom, for $15.
Good for Sue.
Good for Sue. Good for Sue. Wally, you have any top fives?
No. We're gonna.
So I just checked here.
We're gonna.
I do have a tweet.
You have a tweet of the week?
I checked Maki Ito because she's the best Twitter.
Of course, right.
No,
she's the one.
Yes.
She posted yesterday on the 12th a celebratory tweet of sorts. Said December 11th was the 5th anniversary of Maki Ito's wrestler debut. 5 years later, I still use the headbutt, Boston Crab, and DDT. These 3 moves are important companions in forming Maki Ito, so I continue to polish them as well. Thank you. Fuck you all.
Oh, he swore on the podcast.
He swore on the show.
That was a quote.
Only in quotes. He swore in real life, though.
I thought he still
that was
would have
shocking.
Bleeped himself out.
That was shocking that you swore on our text thread. You swore.
I did not. I didn't know such thing.
I got him to swear.
You got him so fired up that he swore. Wow.
And it was a very, very innocent text I sent.
Yeah, not leading at all.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Die Hard 2.
Mike, you gonna stay for Die Hard 2?
You want to talk about Die Hard 2?
Never seen Die Hard 2.
Okay,
that's
it's
fair.
Not.
I've seen a movie that Mike has not seen.
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
I've
never seen. I've seen all.
Not bad.
Is the right way. And 3 tons of times.
I've seen 3 once.
I mean, 1 is a classic. This is not as classic, but it's still pretty good.
It was, yeah.
It's way better than. It's honestly way better than any of the others.
It's not bad.
What do you
better
mean
than 2 through 5 or however many others there are. It's way better than any of those.
Wait, what's
I
that?
think
What is?
No, 5's coming out.
You're talking
No,
about
they did 5, right? Because there was the one with there was the one with Justin Long, and then there was the one
Vengeance, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Samuel L. Jackson, Justin Long, and then the other idiot from Suicide Squad.
Jai Courtney. Yes.
Jai Courtney.
Oh, right. A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah. So all 3 of those suck. This one's way better than those.
Yeah, it goes 1, 3, 2, and then
no, 2 is better than 3, right?
What?
2 is great. You've never seen it, so you can't say.
You can't even.
3 is maybe as good as 1.
Wow, that's a.
Okay. I saw it once a couple years ago.
Please, just that whole sandwich board scene that is great.
Oh boy!
Like, come on.
I took a long time to figure out the answer to that, like how the water in a bucket thing works.
Oh, that's right, the water in the bucket.
Oh,
but I figured it out. It does make sense. I figured it out.
You figured it out.
I still don't understand.
You're gonna have to explain it to us when we get to that one.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing all the diehards?
I don't know.
Yes.
We'll see what Bill picks.
We have to at least do up to 3 because that's when the wrestler shows up. I invoked the Kevin Nash rule.
Oh, okay. Who's the wrestler?
Damian Demento is the wrestler, and he's in 3.
Is he must be one of
he's a goon. Hans Brothers goons.
Yeah, he's got a lot of goons in that.
Right. He's one of the goons. So.
Yeah, and Ryan picked the first one because it's a Christmas movie, and I picked the second one because I was on the spot, and it's also kind of a Christmas movie. So.
Oh, it's definitely a Christmas movie.
Is it? I know it's like a winter.
Yes,
airport.
That's right. And he's there
there's Christmas trees.
The holidays, right?
Yes, it's definitely a Christmas movie. 100%. All right, you ready to jump in this? We're gonna say goodbye to the ghost.
See ya.
Goodbye.
See ya, ghost.
Next time there's another exposure, I'll see you guys then. See you guys at your next exposure.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Bye. See ya.
Oh my god.
It's true.
All right. So Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2.
I like how it's Die Hard 2, and then the other ones actually have names. They don't go Die Hard 3, Die Hard 4. Yeah. So anyways, Die Hard 2 starts. Go ahead.
Doesn't it also say like Die Harder in the poster? Like they started to do this, but they didn't fully go for it.
That was like the tagline, I think.
Yeah. Later on, they decided, oh, that's funny. We're going to make that every time.
Yeah.
But like the movie has just Die Hard 2.
Yeah. So it starts off with John McClane's cars getting towed at Dulles Airport in DC. He is an LA cop now. Car. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
He's an LA cop now.
Yep.
But why are they in DC? Do they ever actually say why DC?
His in-laws.
Right.
Her parents live there.
Parents. You're right. Okay.
So his car still gets towed anyways. On the news, we see that there's a foreign general is being extradited to the USA while we watch a guy do naked Tai Chi.
Yep. Lots and lots of men.
What was bad guy's name? Colonel
something.
Colonel something. Stewart. Colonel Stewart. That's what it was.
Not Sanders.
No.
Not Sanders.
So Colonel and his crew assemble. We see McClane finds a payphone to call Holly who's on the plane still, who's still up in the air, because she keeps beeping him.
Pagers and payphones and airphones.
Oh yes.
The lines at the payphones. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was nothing open there.
Ryan, you had an early cell phone. Did you ever? You never had a pager, did you?
I never had a pager. Nope.
Because I recently discovered I have friends that were proud of their pagers, and it made me a little disgusted by it. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. Wow. No, I don't remember anybody who had a pager.
I didn't either, but
unless they were like a doctor or something. I must have known like a doctor or somebody that had a pager back in the day, but no human, regular people.
Oh, Dr. Costello.
Yeah, right. It must have been him.
That was it.
But
anyways, so Holly gets off the phone, and the old lady who's sitting next to her pulls out a taser from her purse, and like shocks it.
Yeah, and immediately like, Holly's gonna tase somebody.
Right.
She's tasing somebody. We don't know who yet, but she's tasing somebody.
McClane runs into Colonel Stewart and says he looks familiar, but he can't figure out why. Then we see two guys in DWP outfits kill an old guy who is the caretaker of a rundown church.
And they do it with sass too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, when I'm dead, you're about to be.
Yep.
Bam.
The general is supposed to arrive at Dulles Airport, which is where McClane is. I said that. A few of the bad guys talk and start to go about their duties. McClane notices two of them acting strangely when two uniformed cops walk by them. And then he notices one of them is holding a gun or has a gun in his jacket. So he goes up to tell the cops about it, but it's the dickhead who had his car towed, so he doesn't bother telling them.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I like how he's just like, nope, this guy's not going to do anything about it.
He just, nope, never mind.
So there's a news reporter. Her name is Sam. She's on the ground in Dulles. She notices McClane. She notices General, or not General.
She notices the colonel or whatever.
Colonel,
and
yes.
And
she
like,
tries
you have
to
any
get a
words
word
for me? Yeah, I got two.
Fuck you. McClane goes looking for the guys that he saw with the gun. He gets a janitor to let him into the door, which leads him into the baggage loading area. But he tells the janitor to go find some cops. He then immediately gets in a shootout with the bad guys in the baggage loading area. And then a quick fist fight with one of them until the other starts shooting at him again. During this point, he loses his badge. He runs away, but then gets the drop on one of them. The one bad guy notices the janitor and two cops come in, so he leaves. McClane crushes the other guy's head with machinery.
Yeah, with the baggage claim thing.
Yeah, and then he uses a bike to chase down the other guy. The cop stops McClane, but not the bad guy, and since he doesn't have his badge, he can't really do anything about it. On the plane, on Holly's plane, we see the douchebag news reporter from the first movie, who I think
it took me a while to figure out who he was.
It took me until he said that, until he noticed Holly, and like he was like, "Oh fuck, not her."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's gotta be the guy from the first movie."
Yes, and I love how he's a dick to the stewardesses, and then he's like, "I need my seat changed because I have a restraining order against her."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Yep, I punched him. I punched his lights out."
And they give her champagne.
Like, yeah, here, have champagne. He's a piece of shit.
Yep. So the cops wheeled the dead body out into the terminal past people, which not a good idea.
They have no security at all at this airport. They're terrible.
I mean, the security doesn't amp up in airports for another decade after
6
this?
years, I think this was 94, 95.
So I feel like a lot of this stuff is, how it would be.
Yeah.
This is 94 when it came out? Holy shit.
Oh, no, it's 1990. Oh, wow.
I was going to say, I thought it was way earlier. But yeah.
All right. So, 10 years, 10, 11
I mean, he's smoking in the airport, and that seemed to be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's encouraged.
So the bad guys then regroup, and they still have their plan. Their plan is still a go, even though they lost one of their guys. McClane then talks to the airport police chief, who is not happy with him. John wants him to shut down the airport, which is also not going to happen.
Yeah, it's the dude from NYPD Blue, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The dude from NYPD Blue playing a guy.
Also typecast.
Yeah. Awesome.
Was he also in a show where he's in a school, like a public school in Boston or New York City?
Boston Public?
Boston Public?
Featuring
was he
Michael
that guy?
Rappaport?
I don't think he's in Boston Public, is he?
I thought he was like the principal, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. Let's find out. Why you keep
I thought the
going
principal from Boston Public was the chef from Waiting, the big guy.
Maybe.
No.
Let's find out. Keep going. I'll find out.
So before the body gets wheeled out, John grabs the fingerprints off of it. We see the general on his plane talking to the soldier who's keeping guard over him. He gets a light for his cigar and sneaks a look at the guy's watch. The bad guys are setting stuff up in the church and breaking into a circuit breaker or something that looks like that. John calls Carl Winslow in LA, sends him the prints via fax so he can run them through their database. Air traffic control decides to start slowing down incoming flights because of the bad weather that's coming. Carl calls back and says that the guy who John killed has been dead for 2 years. So obviously he knows
foul
something's
play
up.
here.
He used to be an American advisor in Honduras, which is, I think that's where the general's from. I think that's what's going on.
So Shy McBride is listed as the principal in Boston Public.
I don't know what I was thinking then.
I don't even know who that is.
Michael Rappaport was in Boston Public.
He sure was. That I knew.
Rashida Jones was in Boston Public for a lot of episodes, and so was not for a lot of episodes, but Chris Evans was in Boston Public.
Oh damn!
Huh.
So
come on,
yeah.
Find Nuke. God damn it! Get out. Okay. So the airport, Sam, the airport news reporter, goes and talks to John, but he blows her off because she recognizes him. Nashville airport, they say it was closed so that Dulles is going to get even more airplanes, but then later on in the movie they send people back to Nashville, so I don't know. The chief is talking to the head of the airport. Neither of these two guys I ever put down their name. When John walks into air traffic control and tells them about the double dead guy, the bad guys now have a working air traffic control center in the church. John says the dead guy is part of a big plot to probably break the general free when he gets there. Head of airport goes along with John, even though the chief isn't happy about that. Then they notice that the runway lights start shutting down because of the bad guys, and the backup system won't work.
This is bad.
Bad guys cut through some wires, and air traffic control is completely blind now. They issue a
the second
code red
time
alert.
we see people chopping electrical wires with chainsaws and axes and stuff in 2 movies, and I'm pretty sure that's a bad idea.
That's very dangerous. Yeah,
that's pretty dangerous, guys.
I was recently painting like a room, and I got some paint on an electrical outlet, and I legit grabbed a knife to like pluck it out, and like got it about 6 inches away and went, "Nope, idiot, don't do that."
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. So they issue a code red alert to try to send any plane that they can away from Dulles. And then they're trying to keep it hush hush when the FAA hotline calls in, and they're like, there's no way they could know already. And it's the bad guys. He tells them that he wants the general's plane to land on a certain runway where no one will approach it, and another plane that is fully loaded and ready to go for them. John gets thrown out of the control tower while one of the control guys comes up with an idea to try to get in touch with the planes. His name eventually becomes Barnes, but I don't remember when I start referring to him as that.
Yeah. Barnes is a great part of this movie.
He's necessary for sure.
Some very fun stuff, like when they get ambushed later. It's just like, they're like, "Don't worry, we'll watch your back." He's like, "Well, who's watching your back?" And then they all die.
Sam also gets in the control room, and she and John are pushed into the elevator and told to go away. So John stops the elevator, gets on top, and she tells him about Colonel Stewart, and that's where he remembers. Control idea Barnes convinces the head of the airport to go with his plan to get the comms back with the planes because they've got a new wing opening up, something like that. John runs into a janitor after he escapes the elevator. And the head of
the rest of the movie.
Yes. Oh, yes. The head of the airport sends out a message to all the planes, which is being monitored by the bad guys. They told him that they'd let him send a message out to just have everybody circle and stay calm. John gets the janitor to show him where the control, where Barnes and airport security are going to go, and he notices it's a great place for an ambush, then gets into an air vent to try to catch up to them. The bad guys are dressed as painters, and they ambush security, and John can hear it from the air vent. All of security dies, but Barnes is still alive. He almost gets killed, but John pops out and saves him. Shoots one of the bad guys, crushes another with the scaffolding. Then he uses the walking sidewalk to get his gun back and kill the last one.
Which that guy was an idiot. See, like, shoots, he runs out of bullets, he reloads again, he gets on the thing. There's like 6 guns on the ground. And he just starts running at He just lets himself die because
he runs at it to try to beat him.
He runs at the gun where he runs past like 6 machine guns, but whatever.
So the antenna that Barnes was going to then blows up. Douchebag news reporter comes over and talks to Holly about all the other planes up in the sky that they can see.
He's actually useful in this movie. He's like, there's a problem.
Yeah. John finds a walkie from the bad guys, but it's scrambled, and Barnes says it's too difficult to break the code. The bad guy talks to the control tower and says they will pay a penalty for trying to get communications back up. John gets on the radio and they talk to each other. Bad guy gets on the radio with one of the planes after resetting the height of the ground, so the plane's instruments think it's 200 feet lower than it actually is.
Right.
So John runs out to the runway and uses 2 torches that he makes to try to signal the plane where the ground is. Plane is flying blind, trusting their equipment, and it crashes and blows up. We see a little bit of
kids, women, children, everybody.
It's coming from London,
right?
I think from Heathrow. Yeah. So
we get 2 Star Trek Deep Space, 2 Star Trek Deep Space Nine actors in this movie.
Cole Meany. One guy looked familiar.
Cole Meany, who flies the plane and dies.
Yeah, that guy looked familiar.
He's in Deep Space Nine, and the bad guy is the head of the
main bad guy.
The main bad guy is a bad guy in Deep Space Nine. I forget the name of the secret. Section 31. He's the head of Section 31.
Or the colonel. Or the general. The
colonel. Huh. Is the head of Section 31 in Deep Space Nine. So 2 Deep Space Nine people in this. Very fun.
So there's a bit of chaos in the airport because obviously people see plane crash. The head of the airport wants Barnes to come up with an idea of how to get in touch with the planes. Sam reports on the news. Douchebag news reporter asks his tech guy on the plane to use some of his equipment to listen in on the cockpit frequency. The U.S. Army shows up. Barnes comes up with an idea to use the outer beacon to talk to the planes. Holly's plane hears the chatter from the outer beacon, which means that douchebag news guy hears it, and his tech guy is recording this talk. John talks to the janitor again to find out how to get up to the pilot briefing room after he was thrown out again to overhear the Army's plan. And then, for some reason, the janitor has a walkie that hears Colonel Stewart talking on it. Colonel Stewart finds out the general's plane is getting closer, so he tells the tower that a runway will be lighting up, so stay away from it. The general then chokes out the soldier that's watching him, then accidentally shoots the co-pilot, and one of the windows blasts open, and then he shoots the main pilot.
But it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, he picks up a hidden walkie under the dash and talks to Colonel, which John now overhears. So he knows where this guy's going to land. The bad guys open up a different runway because the general has little visibility and needs to land immediately. So John runs to that runway and almost gets run over by the plane. The general grabs his gun and tries to get off the plane, but John holds him up. The bad guys show up with machine guns almost immediately. John gets into the cockpit while the general gets taken off the plane by a couple bad guys. He also got shot once or twice.
Yeah, he's in bad shape in this movie.
Yeah,
he takes a gunshot right to the arm.
The general?
No, sorry, John McClane does.
Yeah. The general also, the general got shot as well. But they start shooting up the cockpit, but somehow John does not get hit by anything.
No, then people shooting at him are very bad at guns.
Yes,
especially since they're all military.
Yes.
Yeah, they throw so many grenades into the cockpit now, and it takes
they land right next to
forever for these grenades to blow up.
These have about 35-second counts.
He is in the fetal position. They land in front of his face. He stands up, gets in the seat, the pilot seat, straps himself in, and then pulls the ejector cord.
And he has time to say something witty too.
Yeah, as he's ejecting, they blow up. So quite a lot of time passes.
And then that seat ejects him roughly 2,000 feet into the air.
Yes. Which,
we get that great shot of him though, which is like the fire hose thing in the first movie.
Yeah, they should be shooting at him, but they decide to leave because cop cars are on their way.
Not that was weird. They're just like, lucky bastard. He gets away. Whatever.
And then I like how when he gets down, the parachute's all over him, and he says, "Where's the exit?" or something like that. He says something dumb. His one-liners in this movie, the other movie, perfection on one-liners. This one, not so.
There's maybe like 2 or 3 good ones, not like a litany like in the first one. That's a big problem with this movie.
Go out to the coast, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, there's none of that. There's no. And having no Hans Gruber is also a huge problem.
Oh yeah.
Having no Hans. Bad. You go from Hans to a decent bad guy, but like not fun. The guy's not fun at all.
In fairness, he has a much nicer butt than Hans Gruber.
Yeah, we do get that man butt. That's immediately what I thought of when
I saw
a
pretty tight man butt.
Bill's gonna like this man butt.
And it was on the screen for quite a while.
We see it a lot. Long time.
All right, so the pilots on Holly's plane try to calm the flight attendant, but she notices the fuel low indicator light. Douchebag news guy uses the in-flight phone to call his studio to get on the news and report about all this stuff happening. John and the Army major argue. Barnes thinks he knows where the bad guys are, and he shows McClane where they are. Holly asks about fuel to the flight attendant, who deflects, but Holly's not convinced at all. McClane and Barnes.
Corona is still running this commercial. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Corona is still running the commercial with the palm tree getting lit up for Christmas, though.
This is what, like 15 years old, at least?
I mean, I guess that's genius marketing. I don't know.
What about the egg? The Cadbury egg with the rabbit. That shit's been around our whole lives.
Is that
it still goes?
Being played?
Yes.
Oh, I
still goes. I saw it last.
Legit from like 80s, the 80s.
It's legitimately our whole lives. The Cadbury egg bunny thing. Still.
I remember we had a VCR or a VHS like that we taped off of cable or whatever it was of a Peter Pan.
Like the play.
Yeah. And it had those Cadbury egg commercials in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, back to this. We see McClane and Barnes find the old church, and he starts to sneak up on one of the guys, but obviously Holly pages him at this exact time. So instead, they get in a fist fight. Barnes calls the Army major to get back up. McClane uses an icicle to kill this guy.
Icicle to the eye.
Yeah. The Army starts closing in on the church. Bad guys start shooting from inside the church while setting up explosives. The colonel takes the general out the back, and then they escape on just enough snowmobiles. So they have lost.
They left one behind, though.
They lost. No. They lost 5 or 6 guys already. but they had just enough snowmobiles for these people.
You got to weed it. You got to get some of them out of there so that you can split the money more evenly. Like
that's how it works.
Collateral damage is okay.
One of the bad guys stops his snowmobile and looks back, so John just shoots him and kills him, and he steals that snowmobile. That's how John gets it. Yeah, but like that guy stopped. Why would you stop? Okay. The army goes in and finds the booby-trapped airport equipment in the church. McClane gets on the snowmobile and follows all the bad guys. They have a machine gun joust, but they don't hit each other.
Not at all.
He is super confused by this because
why don't you
they're
just
jousting with machine guns. He goes off of a jump, and his snowmobile gets blown up as he jumps off of it. So he hits the ground and he checks the magazine because he knew he was like, I knew I hit them. The colonel wants the ground crew to check his plane, but the army major tells him to fuck right off. Now, douchebag news guy starts playing the tape to his studio on air. We go back to the army major, who then slits the throat of one of his guys because, shocker. He's a bad guy.
He's bad, but he replaced somebody because we see him earlier and he's like, I'm a new guy to John McClane. And we're like, oh, you're dying.
Right.
It's like, I'm a new guy. I don't really know what this guy's up to. The major, like, he's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, I totally missed that part. Good call. So McClane finds the janitor again. And the news studio is now running the story about the airport being under siege. So obviously the airport is going to go into complete chaos. But there it is later. McClane gets a ride through the airport to talk to the chief from the janitor. And he shows the chief that these are blank bullets by pointing the gun at him and shooting.
Okay, two things.
Other cops would have shot him.
Yeah, he would have been shot for sure, right?
By 100 bullets.
Yes.
I like that he made that guy piss himself by fake shooting him. But he would have been shot. And number two, why didn't they clear that airport the fucking second this shit was going down? Close that fucking airport.
Because you can't. It's Christmas week.
Push everybody out. You know there's a terrorist thing. Like, just get everybody out of there.
But they don't want to cause it's
a bad look.
It was bad. It was bad.
So the chief finally starts listening to him, and he orders his men to mount up and get armed. We see the citizen chaos in the airport now. Holly hears the news.
Yeah.
Holly hears the news on her plane and takes her neighbor's taser. McClane talks to Sam. And then Holly tases a douchebag while he's on the air. And you could hear it. You could hear the studio go, Dick, are you there?
I like how they put like the worst picture of him ever up. It's like, put my picture up and I'm going to the network. And it's like his derp face from the first movie. That's his picture.
Army shows
great bad guy.
They all get on board their plane. John gets a ride in Sam's news helicopter. Holly's plane must start to attempt to land because of low fuel.
Okay, time out.
Okay.
They say, now this plane has been in the air for hours just circling, right?
Yes.
And they make a point to say any planes that were close enough to another airport have been diverted. These are just the people that are stuck here. Okay. Dulles Airport's in Virginia, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Within a 1 hour drive, not a flight, 1 hour drive of BWI, and even closer to Reagan International Airport. They're less than an hour drive from two major airports.
Maybe they didn't exist then.
They existed. I actually looked that up to make sure they were there. Van Jefferson, come on.
It's okay. I did not play him.
Yeah, but he's not my guy.
People love this.
Okay. Anyways, we see. Oh, okay. So John now jumps out of Sam's helicopter onto the bad guy's plane. He takes
Onto the
off his
wing.
jacket. Yep. Takes off his jacket and he messes with the wing somehow. That
shoves
does not,
it into the.
Yeah, it stops them from taking off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't get up in the air until they fix the wing.
Very far fetched.
The army major and the colonel come outside. John fights the major, but they can't shoot him because of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
John kicks the.
They can't
major.
shoot him. They can't shoot him because of the fuel line.
Oh,
the general says, "Don't shoot at all because there's a fuel there, and if you shoot it, it'll go up like crazy.
Oh, okay.
So don't shoot."
Right, that makes sense. John kicks the major into the turbine engine, so the colonel now has to come out with a knife. McClane bites his finger to make him drop the knife, and they fist fight. He then gets kicked off the plane, but as he's falling, he pulls the fuel tank cover off, so the plane's leaking fuel.
All right.
Colonel doesn't notice this, but he fixes the wing, takes the jacket out of the way, and he goes back inside. John pulls out his lighter and yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and throws his lighter onto the fuel line, which has been spewing out for a while.
Including on him, I assume. But
I would assume, yeah. Considering he, pulled it. Yeah.
Right.
So the fire follows the fuel line and blows up the plane. This also acts as a something to see for Holly's plane to see the runway.
Yep.
They
Lights
land
the way.
successfully, and other planes start following and start landing successfully. Now, I thought this was
there's no wake or anything. You can definitely land one right directly after the other.
Oh, yeah. Holly's plane immediately uses their emergency door slides to start getting people off the plane, even though there's no cars there yet to pick them up.
Yep.
That's weird, right?
It's an emergency.
And they don't even try to taxi it to the airport.
No, it's super cold outside.
They're out of fuel. How far would they make it? They're out of fuel.
Or just at least wait to open the doors until you see that there's going to be cars outside.
I did laugh backing up at the part where he blows up the plane because I think it's played very well by Bruce Willis, where he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it worked that well. Holy shit." And then he's like laughing in the snow, like, fucking got you guys. I love that. And then he realizes, like, oh yeah, and this is a trail for them to land. I'm so fucking good. I love that part. He's just laughing.
And then control tower starts celebrating. John finds Holly and they get a ride from the janitor. And the last thing we see is the airport police chief rips up John's parking ticket. Though his car has already been towed.
Yeah. Gee, thanks. I still have to get that back. Assholes. Yeah. And it's his mother-in-law's brand new car too. And multiple times Holly's like, I can't believe she let you borrow that.
Yeah.
Like, how did you convince her of that? I don't know, but I got a lot of work to do because I got it done.
So that was Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
Christmas movie. Have you turned on Die Hard 1 being a Christmas movie yet, Wally?
No, it's still not a Christmas movie.
Oh my God. Come on.
It could be set at any other time.
But it's not.
I understand
set at Christmas.
For me, a Christmas movie has to be set at Christmas because it needs to be set at Christmas.
So what about Home Alone makes it a Christmas movie?
Okay. Ooh. But no, because everybody's leaving their houses to go places. And
yeah, people definitely don't take vacations except for at Christmas time.
Oh, shit. Got you. You have to admit.
Fine. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Oh, yes.
I don't care. I was never that strongly against it being.
Having only just watched it now, it just seemed obvious to me.
That is a terrible interception. Jesus.
Who threw it?
Kyler.
Oh,
So Bill, have you won yet?
No,
are
definitely
you winning?
not. I'm winning.
Winning?
Yes.
You're winning. All right, so
it's not over, but he's winning.
Congratulations, sir.
Your season.
Don't do that. You're still a touchdown away.
2-0.
Oh, yeah. No, that's far too much.
Okay.
The Cardinals receivers, the past 5 weeks, 1 receiving touchdown amongst all of them.
Ouch.
Yeah.
They got one tonight, don't they?
Nope.
How many?
How many?
Oh, that's interesting.
No, it was James Conner running it in.
Oh.
And they kicked 2 field goals.
How many scenarios did it take to get you to this point, Wally? Was it like 7 things had to happen?
6 games. This would have been the 7th game.
Wow. So everything happened except for this last thing.
Yeah, except for me.
Although maybe not, because Hep is winning. Dan the Dan Hep is up on.
No, but like I would have if I won, I would have went to 8-6. Hep would have only went to 7-7. So I still would have.
So you're still good there.
I needed one of Booty or Doug to lose, and they both.
Wow.
Lost, so.
Wow. Yep. Everything went your way except for Bill.
Yep. God damn you, Bill.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Okay, Bill, you're up next for a review.
Yeah, you guys demanded that I do a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's literally Christmas week next week. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, but it's not Christmas yet.
You goddamn Grinch. I
have gotten very bah humbug in my old age.
Yes, you have.
So
is Macaulay Culkin an actual wrestler now?
100%.
Didn't he wrestle?
Yes.
And we have not watched Home Alone.
No, we haven't.
I have not chosen it for next week either.
Wow. Wally wanted that. He wanted to watch Home Alone.
You also
watched like the end of it. So
more or less demanded that we watch Santa's Sleigh.
Oh,
that's right.
But I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Oh.
So instead of watching WCW champion Bill Goldberg, we'll be watching WCW legend David Arquette, of course.
Of course.
We'll be watching It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie.
Wow. A very merry Muppet Christmas
Not the Muppet Christmas movie.
Not the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Okay.
A very merry Muppet Christmas movie available to watch via Hulu.
Wow. That's scary. That scares me. I love the Muppets.
It's got David Arquette, Joan Cusack, who I'm not a huge fan of, and Whoopi Goldberg.
Like her. She's not bad.
Well, it's her and it's Whoopi too. So
there is also a Muppet movie with Hollywood Hogan in it, isn't there?
Really?
Yes, there is.
Muppets in Space.
Space, I think,
has Hollywood Hogan in it. That's the one Hogan movie.
Oh, Matthew Lillard. This has got a good cast, except for Carson Kelly. Molly Shannon.
A 2002 cast.
William H. Macy's in it.
Oh my God. The entire Scrubs cast, basically, except for Donald Faison.
Okay.
What the? Wow.
Mel Brooks is in it.
I am excited to watch this.
Oh, and, your favorite, Joe Rogan.
Oh, fuck you. I don't like Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Robert Smighel's in it as Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, I think.
No way. That's fun.
Dog is Michael Caine.
Jon Stewart.
Michael Caine has to be in it because Michael Caine is in Christmas Carol. Muppets Christmas Carol.
Right.
He's Scrooge.
Yes, that's right.
He's Ebenezer Scrooge, right?
Snoop Dogg's in it.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Sounds fun. Everybody. Right? Snoop Dogg's a wrestler. He wrestled a match.
That's true. He did.
Bill Lawrence is the creator of Scrubs, I believe.
Yes, he is.
Yep. He is.
Also the creator of Ted Lasso. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
The creator of Scrubs is the creator of Ted Lasso.
Nice. He's married to, in the show Scrubs, her name's Jordan.
Right. She's very funny.
And they use her actual wedding day footage in Scrubs.
Look at you.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Look at you. Bringing Scrubs trivia. Okay, that's it. Next time we're talking about David Arquette because we haven't done that in a few months. But at least it's the Muppets.
You said Christmas.
I did. You provided Christmas and David Arquette, two presents that I love to have under my tree.
There you go.